Are you aware of your personalities as a young man and as a young lady? Because differences in personalities can affect marriage. My name is Sandra Ezeji Anyaele. I am your marriage foundation coach. I want to thank all those that have stuck with us since the inception of this YouTube channel, and I want to also welcome those that are new. I want to also plead with those who are contemplating, should I subscribe, should I not subscribe to this YouTube channel, because this is a life-changing channel. I titled today's video, Do Not Ignore Red Flags Because of Chemistry. Before I go into this video, I want to briefly explain why I have decided to talk about marriage foundation. I decided to talk about marriage foundation because when you don't get it right from the beginning, you are going to struggle in your marriage. I also decided to talk about marriage foundation because this is an area that is hardly talked about. As a matter of fact, people that even talk about it, they talk about it on the surface. They don't go deep into it. I also decided to talk about marriage foundation because it was at the foundation of my own marriage that I got some things wrong, and I struggled for some time to get it right. You see, I like talking about my own marriage because it was actually what prompted me to start YouTube channel. Yes, I wanted to use my own marriage as a case study. I said in one of my videos that when you make a mistake, if you love people that want to toe that's your line, you don't have to allow them make that same mistake. The mistakes were not, entirely bad in itself, but I figured out that it didn't help me at some point. Yes, it did not help me at some point. In today's video, I want to discourage you from going into that relationship after seeing some red flags that you cannot contend with. Some people feel because there's a chemistry that exists between two people that are contemplating marriage, that is enough for them to go ahead and get married, irrespective of the fact that they are seeing red flags that are going to spell doom in the relationship. Let me quickly give you an example. Two people that want to get married just discovered that they are both AX. Do you think they should go ahead in that relationship when they know that that relationship is going to jeopardize the life of an innocent child when they eventually get a child? Do you think it is wise? Do you think it's reasonable enough for that marriage to push through? That is exactly what I'm talking about. Do not ignore red flags because you think both of you have chemistry. There are some things that you will see while you are dating that you frown at, but you know very well that these things are going to cause problems when you eventually get married. So why go ahead with the marriage? Why go ahead with the relationship? I want to explain also that some of the things that people talk about, especially on social media, are things that people want to hear. They are not entirely true. I am not going to, talk down on anybody, but I have taken it upon myself to say the truth that I know. Some of the things that people talk about, especially in relationship, are not exactly the way they are. If we are trying to change the narrative, I don't think we should be lying about these things. If there are ways, if there are areas that you made mistake, talk about it so that people coming after you will learn. If there are places that you did not do well, please talk about it. Talk about it honestly or keep quiet. Do not try to edit it, because when you edit it, people coming after you will think that that is the way it should be done, and they will make the same mistake. So if we are doing that, are we trying to, continue the lineage of marriage dysfunction, or are we trying to change the trajectory of what is already happening? It hurts me badly when I see marriages fail. Yes, it hurts me badly. Now you might be wondering, some people when they are dating, they pretend to be good, but in the marriage they will not show who they really are. Even you that is talking about pretense or talking about change, when they get into the marriage, you also did the same thing. Most of us are guilty as charged. The character you put up when you are dating, sometimes it's not the same thing that you exhibit when you get married. Because when you are dating, you kind of adjust some things. But when you are married, you become you. Because for how long can you pretend? For how long can you package? That is just the truth. In this video, I am just trying to tell us that ignoring red flag because of chemistry, it is not the best thing to do. It is not, because that marriage will last as long as you both shall live. And you don't even know how long both of you are going to live on the earth. So why pretend? Why accept what you know you cannot handle? Now, if you have accepted it when you are dating, my sweetheart, please, you have to accept it in the course of that marriage. Why do I say so? A lot of times people see these things when they are dating, but when they get married, they start complaining. When they get married, they start, disturbing themselves and disturbing every other person. Do you know that opposites attract in relationship? Do you know that? I am not talking about values. I'm talking about personalities. Let me also use my marriage as an example. I am a choleric sanguine. My husband is a phlegmatic melancholy. Have you seen that we are opposites? Now, Because we are opposite, we attracted each other. But do you know that in the course of the marriage, that attraction will now turn to attack? How do I mean? My husband, as a choheric is always outspoken. A sanguine is also outspoken and a fun-loving person, partying and all that. But a phlegmatic is not like that. I want to, at this junction, explain something too. I did not discover this when we were dating. Yes, I did not. You can now see why I said I want to use my own marriage as a case study. So that you don't feel she knows it all. Or you don't feel I still got married after knowing all these things. No, my sweetheart, I did not. I tell anyone that cares to listen that you keep learning this. I've been married for 22 years by God's grace. But there are still new things that I learned because each phase of my marriage comes with a different package. That is just the truth. And what has been helping me? What has been helping me is the decision I made that 22 years ago that anybody I get married to, whatever happens, I made up my mind that I will stay in my marriage. It doesn't mean that when my life is at stake, I will not run away from my dear life. It's not what I'm saying, so I don't feel I'm deceiving you. But what I'm saying is, if there are things that I can handle, if there are things that, we can talk about and resolve, I'm ready to deal with it because I have accepted the proposal. So it goes to show that if you see these things and you close your eyes to it and you get married to this person, I assume that you have the capacity to withstand the challenges that comes with it because marriage is not a walk in the park. When you have seen all these things and in the course of the marriage you start complaining, then you are disturbing yourself and your mental health is at stake. Let us go back to the personalities I talked about. I still use my husband and I as an example. Now, when I realized, because there was something that I was seeing in the marriage, I didn't understand what they were. I started reading. I started making research. It was during the course of the reading and the course of, attending seminars and in the course of, attending trainings too, marriage seminars, I discovered that there is something like personality. I used to hear personality, but I never knew how important it is. I want to also tell you that before I discovered my personality, I have been seeing some of these things, some of the characteristics of my kind of personalities. But do you know, because my husband is, will I say, the quiet type, I was kind of tilting to his own personality, which was not right. So when you know your personality and you know the personality of the person you are getting married to, it will help you a great deal. We don't want people to be making the same mistake that we made in the past. Information is everywhere. Seek knowledge, seek information so that you'll be happy in your marriage. No marriage is perfect. I cannot tell you that my own marriage is perfect, but because I know what I know, I am able to push through. So in other words, I am encouraging you, as you are dating for marriage, ask the necessary questions. Pay attention to the behavioral patterns of the person you want to get married to. Don't just close your eyes to this thing because of chemistry. Don't say, yes, when we get married, we will figure it out. My darling, you are shooting yourself on the leg. Then, if you have accepted to marry this person, irrespective of this person's personality, deal with it. The only thing I implore you to look out for is this person you are getting married to teachable? One of the things that has helped me in my own marriage is because my husband is teachable. I still thank God every day of my life because of that. Because if he was not teachable, it would have been a very big problem. If the person you want to get married to is teachable, then the only way you can handle it, that is for those who are already married, is for you to have a discussion with him. Have a conversation. Discuss that with him. Tell him that you have realized that you are this kind of person, that you didn't find these things out when you were getting married. Now that you know this and this are what people are supposed to do for the marriage to work well. There is nothing like communication in marriage. Yes, if this person is teachable, the person will try to adjust. Remember, it is not going to be automatic. Anybody telling you that it will be automatic is lying to you, and I am not here to lie to you. Let this person, both of you should talk about, the personality is very important. I just gave you an example. I am a choleric sanguine. My husband is phlegmatic melancholy. So you can see that these two personalities are entirely different. Yes, they are different. At first, you will attract each other. It is just like, a quiet person seeing somebody that is expressive. When you are dating, or before the person will even be attracted to you, the person will like, I need this kind of person. I cannot talk, so that this person will be talking for both of us. That is the attraction. And when both of you now eventually marries, after some time, that attraction will not be attacked because you will not feel like, how can you be keeping quiet all the time? You are supposed to be saying something. Meanwhile, this was the attraction. Have you seen how it works? So the only way you can avoid this is by understanding each other's personality. If you understand each other's personality, then you know who will talk when it is time to talk calmly. Then you know who will talk when it is time to, to be too expressive or loudly. I'm just giving an example. Have you seen it? So I frown at it when I see couples complaining when these are things they saw when they were dating. There are things you see when you are dating that you will ask yourself, can I do this? Or some people, out of desperation, because they feel they are connecting, you just abandon every other thing and put your head into that relationship. And the example I gave earlier about two AS getting married, some people, even now up until today, feel that love can surmount that. Don't make that mistake and feel we will figure it out. It is the child that you are bringing to the world that you are not being fair to. That's just the truth. So like I said, personality difference is one of the major areas people don't look into. But thank God that, today there's a lot of awareness. But the big question now is, are you willing to do the work? Are you willing to, do what is necessary in order for you to understand your kind of personality and the personality of the person you are getting married to? Marriage foundation is the core of it all. If you don't get it right from the beginning, I'm afraid you are going to struggle. That is why I am doing what I'm doing. When the foundation of your marriage is shaky, it means that somehow your marriage will be shaky. Nobody is praying for that, but that's the truth. Yes, that is just the truth. So personality difference is very important. It is something you have to look into. Marriage foundation is something you should not joke with. Do not accept it when you are starting and you think that overnight your partner will change. It does not work like that. If you have accepted it, what you will now do is to beg God for strength and the courage to carry on, because you accepted it from the beginning. You felt you can do it. So what you now need is to beg God to give you the strength and the courage to carry on. And it's not to be complaining. When you complain to the wrong people, they will give you wrong advice. And instead of your marriage getting better, it will be getting worse. Let us say these things the way they are so that people will learn. If we shy away from these things, if we don't talk about it, they will not learn. They will keep making the same mistake. They will keep repeating it. That is just the truth. Now, you might be wondering, if I need help as a married person, as a newly married person, even if you are, long in years in marriage, you can still make amends. You can still make amends so that the years you have remaining, even though we don't know the number of years you have remaining, you can enjoy it. You are supposed to enjoy your marriage. That is just the truth. You are supposed to enjoy your marriage. Do not let anything stop you from enjoying your marriage. If you have already made that mistake, my sweetheart, we are here to help you. We are here to help you to navigate. We are here to tell you things that you will be doing moving forward in order for you to enjoy that marriage. Even your husband will be surprised. Even your wife will be surprised. Because it is about you. Yes, it is about you. You have to be happy first. You have to make yourself happy first before you think your husband will make you happy, or before you think your wife will make you happy. When you get it wrong from the foundation, there is no magic that you will make it right in the marriage. That is just the truth. So your foundation is very important. I have decided to, stick with marriage foundation because till tomorrow people are still making the same mistake. They think whatever we do when we are dating doesn't really matter. When we get married, we will change the man. When we get married, we will change the woman. You don't change anybody. You don't change an adult. Let me ask you, how do you think you would change a full-fledged man that has lived over half of his years before getting married to you? And you think you can change him overnight? It doesn't work that way. So you can even help your partner, even if he doesn't know his personality. You can help him. You can help her. Because being aware of your personality will help you to maneuver things in your marriage. So personality difference is very important. You can send me a DM if you want to know more about personality. Yes, you can send me a DM. We are here for you. Send me a DM so that I'll put you through to, what will help you to deal with your personality and that of your spouse. That is why we are here. I am so happy doing what I'm doing, because when I see marriages blossoming, it gives me great joy. But it needs work. You don't fold your hands and see your marriage blossom. You don't do that. You have to put in the work. Yes, and it requires intentionality. Now, if this video has made sense to you, please kindly give this video a thumbs up. In the comment section, if there's something you think you will contribute in this video, feel free to go ahead. Feel free to do that. You will appreciate it, because a lot of people are seeing this video and they want to learn. Yes, people want to learn. Share this video so that others, can also learn just as you have learned. Turn on your notification button so that anytime I upload a new video, you will be the first to know. I love you, and I will see you in the next video.